Hi, I'm Joanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and educational system. It's a picture book based educational program to teach literacy and social skills. Well, today we are continuing our talk at, and reflection on Z. Hereford's article, How to Think for Yourself. And the reason why I chose this topic was we were looking at ways that we can help children build a healthy self concept. And thinking for oneself is, I think, the foundation or one of the foundations of helping a child to feel confident about themselves and the decisions that they will make during the day. Even though we make mistakes, we self correct, we get guidance, and we head towards a better choice and better decisions. And so since life is all about making decisions, I thought how to think for oneself, it was a great place to start. And so as we're working with children, we're trying to build up their self confidence and self esteem. And so Z. Hereford's article gives us a list of some basic tips on how to think for ourselves. And I just loved that she had gone through this thought process that I can just, pick up those tips and kind of expand on them in a way that I can understand them better. And hopefully it's more adaptable to your teaching and your work with your children. So, this first one that she gave was developing a strong sense of self. And that's really important because how we connect with our own values, our character, and thought processes in the midst of challenges is one of the most important things that we have to connect with because it helps us to make choices that we can live with. And we found that out through researching and learning from the masters and from friends who have more experience in the field that we're working or challenged by using the resources around us and ultimately making that decision as to what resonates with how we feel and what we believe is best for us is how we come up with making the proper decision for that given item or thing. The second tip that Ms. Hereford gave, which is equally challenging, I think, is be flexible. And so I said, this trait truly demonstrates when one is feeling self confident because we're working from a place of you're confident enough about shifting what you're doing to do something else, depending on what the situation requires. And I was thinking about this was just beautifully demonstrated to me by an occupational therapist in the school that I worked in who knew that I was struggling with this flexibility component because, well, I have had students in this classroom. I was teaching children with autism, and I knew from my training that a structured program was the best thing, the best environment to have for my classroom because it made that classroom safe and predictable for all of my students. So we had this daily schedule that was so etched in stone that even if I were absent, the substitute would come in. She had it laid out for her. And if she deviated from the schedule, the children would even remind her, hey, no, we're supposed to have a story time now. Or no, it's math time. And so one substitute told me, your children are so smart. They really helped me have a good day. And so it was really wonderful that they felt, I felt the need for structure and they loved the structure. But there were days that I would arrive in the office and find out all of a sudden that there's something else scheduled right in the middle of a time that I had previously. Of course, the whole day was like locked up. But having something new come up, I said, how do I introduce that? I would have to, within myself, make a change and adjust my schedule to, say, if I were doing some assessments, I would have to move it to another time, maybe that I had something a little bit more movable. But, ultimately, And it was a frustrating period for me. And then I had to explain to my students what was going on. So this occupational therapist, this OT, came up with this really elegant visual method of explaining a change. She took a sticky and she just drew a star on it. And she says, put the star in the place of where you had an item on the agenda, where the change is coming, and tell the children that, you know what, we're going to have a surprise today. And I said, oh my goodness, they love surprises. So, but not within, just like popping up and doing something shifted their schedule, but this was something that they can anticipate. It was on the schedule, it was a star, and it was like, oh, something really fun is going to come up. And I was told by this LT that this star represents a shift, that we're going to have to shift our thoughts and do something different today. And we're going to have fun doing it. So I thought that was just beautiful. So being flexible is like having that star come up, and you might have your day scheduled, but now you have to do something different. And, that has allowed me to see that being flexible is a key component of maturing and being able to change one's direction when needed. And it's also a really great way for us to express to our students that this is part of life, that there are going to be things that come up and things that we're going to have to change, and we're going to get through it, and we're going to look for the surprises. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll continue our discussion the next time. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, please share, please subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.